Hi guys, my name is Colin. I live in the UK and I know Victor who lives in Liberia, and he has a little team out there, a network of people who all know each other. And this video is primarily for friends of Victor and the Crisis Coming Soon group. Okay, so modern man needs logic to understand a theory. How do you understand faith? Where's the theory? It's very difficult, it's not logical. I'm going to explain a logical way to understand faith. So there's a guy called Sun who was a Korean guy, and he wrote a book, and in this book he said that God has two dualities. Firstly, masculinity and femininity. So duality means there's two aspects to God, and his masculinity and his femininity. And you can see that in his creation. In God's creation there is this duality throughout the creation. So with men, there's men and women, that's a male and female people, male and female animals, and you also can get male and female plants, and you also get particles, protons and electrons. So throughout the creation there is this duality of masculinity and femininity. So since God created this duality, his image is reflected in the creation. And therefore God is not just a man, but God is a male and female aspect, perfect masculinity, perfect femininity, bound by true love. And that is God. Second, there is internal character and external form. So everything has an invisible internal character and a visible external form. So with people, there's a mind and a body. The mind is invisible, we have a body. With animals, there is an instinct and a body. With plants, the book principle argues that there's a plant mind. Well, plants do regulate their functions organically with chemicals and through breathing air through their leaves, through stomata. And they have photosynthesis through sunlight. So plants do have a reduced form of mind and particles. I don't really understand this, but the book says that energy has an internal character that causes it to form a particle. So there is energy, particles can be energy or mass, and it has an internal character which causes it to form a particle. So because God has these two dualities, masculinity and femininity, internal character and external form, there are two ways to know God: love and beauty. So when man was created, Adam and Eve, they were created in God's image, and therefore they were beautiful, but they sinned and they fell. So Christianity teaches that in order to receive God's love as an object of beauty, we have to recognize our sin and repent it, and then we can be loved by God. That's true, that's Christianity, that's the Christian way of doing things. But there is a second way to know God as well, and that is to give God love. We as humans can give love to God, and if that's complete and unconditional, God can return that love to us. So if I make an effort for world peace, God can love that and return that love to us. So looking at beauty again, we have a man has a mind and a body, and the mind has a purpose for the whole, and the body has a purpose for the individual. So when the mind dominates the body, as it should do, the purpose for whole dominates the purpose for individual. Therefore the overall purpose is unselfish, it's giving. But if we allow our body to dominate our mind, the purpose for individual dominates the purpose for whole, and therefore the overall purpose is selfish, and that is sin. By understanding these two dualities, we can understand people who have a living faith from any religion, because it explains the different ways to know God. Muslims are loving people, Christians are beautiful people. They are both valid and correct ways to know God. And in fact, to know God perfectly, to perfect our character, we have to grow through both forms of faith to perfection. Okay, I'm a bit nervous. I'll try my best. Did it in one take. And yeah, take care of yourselves. And get in touch if you want to. And have a look at the website. Ask Victor about the website. Okay, bye-bye.